want to get the. I know that's it. I can.
You like from up on something? You're cashing out.
Cashing out?
You're cashing out. Where's one cashing out?
Dude, you can learn anything from it. I don't care about the talk, man. You are hustling. Legitimate. There's a lot like I was like I was expensive. And I like last night I went to like a really good lecture. And it's like I want to do I want to go to labs. But I'm a teacher. And I'm like right now 45 grand a year. Not a lot. But
Mr. Face.
Find other ways to make it. Easy ways that don't have a lot of effort from me, but like the return. You know what I mean? So like I'll do freelance on my website, or I'll do like I'll buy One Direction tickets and resell them, you know, like stuff like that. Just
Honestly, resell is like,
No.
yeah, it really is.
so it's just grind, dude. I grind,
It's just the daily hustle.
dude. It's all about it. You cannot hustle.
Mr. Face.
What?
Need help?
Yes, I'll be right there.
Need help.
Did I call it? Everything out? Everyone's breaking out. They're 100 year old.
Mr. Face.
A what?
What if I just bought one of the tickets?
Yeah. Yeah, so Apple TV, fantastic. See how it gets money box? Bring it to the top. Right click. Yeah, man. If I could teach you guys, find something and take it over. Have high hopes, aspirations, don't try to see that. So, yeah. Dude, it's little things. Like, I wanted to call my wife, I could do that. I knew I had to get out. You got it. You got it. Joel.
Yeah.
It's like super exclusive. It's like not. So like I've been like saving them. Little side things. That's when they got. But it's like I'll do that, but then also like I won't buy. I do I'll be limited on like whatever. You know what I mean? Like I went to Lululemon the other day and it was like got like it was a higher yellow face. And then the last like a little bit. I'm not playing it like a little bit. And there was I should just put all double hard. Vacations left. I know, that's the thing, that's the thing, like, if I go on a vacation, obviously I'm go all out. You gotta be, but I feel like after a vacation, after I spend hell of money on a vacation, I don't post vacation, now I should get post vacation, it's not gonna all the time, yeah. I was like, a dope ass vacation, I was seeing it, you gotta be careful with vacation.
Exactly, no, that's it. The people that look forward to it are always just all each like an excuse and all
The curse is like down here.
I left.
I've got a drink.
I want to go to Chicken. That looks like
I didn't realize that resume was just a new one. And like, it's literally
my kid there was in boats.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I want to get it that far. Yeah, think about it. I just read it out.
I wouldn't, unless like the way I would, it's like I showed them.
You know what Tesla is? There's on the way out of there, do that pop-up car wash. And we'll charge like $100 a car wash. Because the car's blue. The car's like blue because there's so much dirt inside of them. As like the rough train was killed, it's super on Oh no,
I said, yeah, it's a mystery. No wonder you're sacking the crowd.
like in the desert or like California.
That's a good outside.
But I'm looking to invest in laundromat. You keep up like you make it
That's how the lunch started doing this stuff. When I was like, I was like, 30 years.
They're already like, everything's there. You just have to hire. You don't have to have one person to be there.
Or that's like 5 years in the program.
So I got
That's 5 years. If you were to put one the entire thing.
Maybe it's small.
Honestly, it's all about grade school.
So this changes the
That's almost in the math.
this changes the power.
Yeah, no, more safe, shit.
What I'm gonna do with my kids, what's that? I'm good. Is saving money for the college.
So how many?
Use all of this.
All your your stitches. That's nice. Stay right there. When I was in the best.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Look at that. Can't see it.
Online resale. It's like LRG and like all the brands are on there.
Basically this.
My grandma. So we were selling. I didn't know what I was doing. Nike, looks,
That's not your job, right? It's not.
I
It's
know
not your
shipping,
job.
production.
I'm getting paid for this.
Like, I was just like learning about business and then real quick. It was good. Like I was able to take all my other hobbies.
Do you like this?
And just like, it was super nice. That's why it took me 6 years to graduate to college. And like, I was just like doing it, grinding out like it wasn't that fun.
That looks nice. It's like one.
So I would reinvest most of the stuff. It took like a little bit of myself. The last, like I walked away from and I was like, we did a Christmas thing, it cost $2 to produce.
Someone's gonna understand that.
If I had 8
And it is. So bad, but I think it's super good, like, learning experience. Yeah, I had no business skills at all, and I learned exactly from
I mean, the thing is, I think you guys things like he started
We just got PT cruises back. Dude, my parents were like, and then you got the quarter one too.
Watch that. Let's go, boy.
They say you can put your foot or your opposite foot on the ground so that you don't start coming out of your seat. Yeah, so you can't like just chill.
Oh, Mary. Imagine Formula One, those cars, they have to stay out of action. If you don't get the last. Oh, yeah.
Like this stuff.
Just imagine, actually get a driving.
I just put it left.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. Yep.
That's why I wanted to see it.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love that.
Do you use do you just use like side profiles of people? Like remove that whole
If you do screen, the black kind of covers it works.
Okay.
Need help? Don't be afraid to turn it in if you're done. It's up on Schoology. Thanks.
Here's that. Yeah, they're gonna go because he wanted to go out
Have a way to fill in that
I wish somebody would try to turn on the
You also change this. Thank you. Jackson.
Yeah.
I have something for you. It's a present.
Thanks, dude.
Wait, you're going home?
I hope that. Yeah, give us like
Bye. That's funny. Rick with knowledge. Stop running. There we go. You know, how much it is.
Yeah.
He was did you need a break? You like it?
No, I just Snapchat. So I just
You think about Donovan Rodriguez?
Oh, Johnson, the way Yeah, oh, okay, no, I'm really cool with that. Hey, if you want cops, it's got some music. It sounds like old Good, he's trying to bounce his stuff out.
Yeah, you got
Brother, there's so many rules now. Like, you look on it, you know how they used to be balls, but there's no water anymore. You can't foul, there's no doubles, you can't do backflips, you can't.
Like, when you really think about it, like, it's some foam, but, like, if you like head on.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that? There's an episode of Walter Circus, like, Calgary,
I forgot.
Manchester Circus is a shit.
I haven't like had it out of my head in years.
So what's it called? He went up this year and he got so hot and he got out we were swimming in like Boston and Houston and like Boston.
Tired, you're like, shit, let's get out. What? No, I can't. Yeah. I had the only parts I had.
Yeah, I think the Scorpions might as well there.
The name one was the first one we did, and then come on, Jack. We did that last Friday.
Okay. You're hanging exact. I'm sorry, I think. He's a little slow. Last year at our upcoming Austin, we pushed like through because we were all like in a big ass outfit and like Mr. Kurt tapped Austin on the back and he thought it was B-Dog or something and he just turned around. He tried to tell you to stop. Yeah, he was like, guys, stop. We all had water bottles.
CD open exit for like the cases of like seniors that are on whatever that's wrong. Shit. Like you look around. What they have seniors that look around for kids. Yeah, dude. Like people who are like on like students. Yeah. So like and they like wear these shirts. Have you ever seen the shirts? Oh my god. That's it. Like these stick figures, but like one's like bent over. It's just like
It's so crazy.
Is
it 4?
No, 3D.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's been like the same shirt for the last like every year I saw this CD and like so sometimes you have to like students like I don't care because that's what they're actually oh yeah, I remember this one I got this be like something about mine. I was like, alright, you're a bitch, and then we take the my friend gave me it. My wristband. Because that's what right. So it's like CD and like those getting caught from getting caught. Can I get some sharing? You get your wristband. So as soon as you get caught again, then it goes.
One of my assignments is too big to.
Send us JPEG?
So basically,
Gotcha! Okay, that's cool. You're good. Bye, you guys.
Yeah, but you see how the scorpion's fucking in the way. Yeah, it takes 3 bullets up close, which is why I like it. And then long range takes probably like 5.
The M4 carbine is accurate, but like each bullet is a bit. Trying to get like as much like accuracy as you can.
Mouse, and then even more accurate.
They don't have to worry about recoil.
That looks like an octopus belly.
We didn't get to it?
Well, I don't have 4 on mine.
Okay, I'll do 4.
Mr.
Do it again.
Barlow.
Got no problem with that. I'll go back 1.
Read this
Out of what?
polymer clay.
Polymer clay. They're making clay, polymer clays now? Polymers? Oh, jeez. So this is not just the clay you get from the earth, this is a fake clay.
Yeah, it's just a...
Absolutely cool, thanks.
My mom's friend gave me the one just that I use for this, but then Miss
It's like an
Worley,
octopus in
Miss
that.
Worley gave me all this just today.
Wow.
Because she wants me to make something for her daughter.
Yeah, they make tires out of polymers now. They make the entire tread.
Wow.
Everything's making out of polymers. We didn't know that when the tire business, we didn't know that would be revolutionize tires for wear, or they would end humanity. Because with the dust because all tires mostly turn to dust in one form or another. You know that. As they travel along, they wear out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm thinking they never.
Now they wear out, and most of their tread becomes dust. I wonder how much rubber dust that hailed over the years.
What's polymer?
Oh, no, don't do this to me. Miss Davidson, will you able to get a new password?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to do the Daily Bob? Look
Yeah.
up something?
Yeah, it'll help us. Could you-
Okay, are you talking about attendance?
Oh, not attendance, I mean, but, I mean, that you were able to check up on grades and everything.
Yes,
now.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I should do that like right now. What a cap. 315. Hey, so I looked up Newsweek's top schools. Out of 14,000, we're number 333.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
that's pretty darn good.
I know, right?
Yeah, we are actually we're very. Okay, I need to check out some of my screen. Okay.
All right, Tyler. I'm gonna look up your grades.
Okay.
Okay. But first, I'm gonna put food in my mouth.
Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, I love food.
Are you guys going to the air show this weekend?
I don't think so.
They're out
They
there
all
flying
okay.
around.
Huh?
They're out there flying around.
You hear about the Golden One Center?
Yeah.
There's a Paul McCartney concert.
Yeah.
I'm going to it.
But you are not.
Miss Davidson?
Me and my dad
remind me that
are.
I need
When is
to-
it?
A Paul McCartney concert at the new Golden One Center.
What, when?
I need to
Next
sign
Wednesday.
in
Which
to the
concert?
conference room.
Paul
I'm gonna
McCartney.
Go down there and sign in myself and tell Karen that I'm doing it.
I will.
Okay.
For 8 o'clock.
How did
Monday.
Golden One afford to make
Do
their
that?
center?
Is that okay?
No, open this
Hey.
week.
I'm kind of
They're
jammed
just
up.
a credit union. They can't afford that.
For
8 o'clock.
Maybe they can.
Monday morning.
It opens on the
Maybe
That'll
they,
also give me a little,
they use all the money that people
notice
give
it's
them.
not gonna be there. So, yeah, it's, everybody in the world's gonna be there on Monday.
Okay. Do you know where she keeps the little diary thing? She keeps it right by the fax machine, doesn't she?
Yeah, close to it. It's actually on the next stand over there.
Okay. Do I just have to start? I don't need to tell her anything.
Yeah, you should tell her
Okay.
at the same time. I always do. Keep on her good side. Remember, always keep on Karen's good side.
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna look at the grades.
Why not?
I've got to go to the office.
Okay.
I'm in trouble.
Oh.
You know.
No, you're not.
But you didn't do anything bad.
Roll here.
That's what I'm gonna tell them.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Devin. Okay, we got you. Libby and Andrew. Antonio and Tyler.
Sup?
Okay, and Tyler, I'm gonna ask, do you need to have that computer up right now? Let's see, if you give me a really good reason, I'll go for it.
Like what?
Like
Well,
computer
like you're
zone.
taking notes directly on for printing, but if you're not, then I won't go for it.
Well, what are we doing right now?
I'll show you, just a second here, Nate. Oh, first of all, oh yeah, Anthony, I'm still trying to get a hold of your mom. Well, I think I left message or something. Trying to get the meeting rescheduled. Okay. So, next is here. Okay. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit more show and tell. We got to the point of Lee's surrender. And I want to show you the town that he's, actually, the exact place where he surrendered. Guess what? It is nicely preserved, let me tell you. So much of the Civil War is done under the suburbs. Battle of Franklin, you can't see anything of. The Battle of Nashville, you're not going to see anything about that. It's all under somebody's houses. The battles around Atlanta, oh, Atlanta has spread. All those places, you're not going to see a thing of it. Let's see, other places. Oh, Fredericksburg. Well, the stone wall's still there, and maybe about 200 feet of where the slope that came up, but the rest of it's under housing. Okay. A lot of houses were buried where people put their buried bodies. So, this one, and let's see, I'm going to, this will be, okay, date modified this way, do this. And 11, and Fremont, Washington, Appomattox, okay, Stones River, Chickamauga, Appomattox. Okay, here we go. So, let me turn this off for a little bit. Okay, this is a couple of my friends. We're at Appomattox, where Lee surrendered his army. Okay. And I kind of like the houses, but they're all kind of simple. They're all rectangle, and they go up. Some of them are very tall. If you think of it, of course, they're kind of have big fireplaces at the end. These bigger fireplaces, remember, they have fireplaces on the second story too. Yes. Okay, so what is your main concern? Is your main concern working on it today and all kind of stuff, or is it very concerned about finding it? So I'm just trying to figure how it can help you best. Okay, if you're worried about using it to work in this period, don't worry too much about it, okay? Okay, so you're going to be okay? Okay, so have a seat. I just want to make sure I'm helping you, okay? What? Oh, that's right. Okay. So, so you don't know where your book is? Is it here though?
Huh?
Is it here though?
No, it was in my backpack.
Oh.
The last time I seen it, I was organizing.
Did you have it out there in this much period?
I had Ernesto's.
You had Ernesto's. Okay. Let's see. Where's my book? Ernesto was using my book. That's why he didn't have it.
No, that was Manny.
Huh?
I think that was Manny using it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Which one is like?
Okay, anyway, let's get going here. Okay, again, see, kind of simple designs. This one's brick. I'm not sure, if I was in California, I'd be afraid of living in that house. It gets a little shaky, and that thing's going to come down in a pile of bricks. But you notice they're all kind of the same, sort of basic design, even if they are, 3 stories high. Nice porch. Nice walkway up to the porch. I can't imagine carrying groceries up there, but actually you go down through the kitchen in the back. So you wouldn't carry groceries. There's going to be a kitchen in the back. The kitchen will be down here, and this will be the main room, and these will be the bedrooms up here. Rather wealthy establishment. You have a place like this, you're living well. Nice front porch. It kind of reminds me of my grandmother's porch. That was always a good place. That was the only good thing about her house. No, it was. It was tiny. It was ridiculously tiny. It was a 2-bedroom house, and one bedroom, and she raised a bunch of kids there, and one bedroom was basically has like patio window pane doors, folding doors. So I don't get that. That was not a good place. Okay, there's a lot of stuff, and this will be General Order number 9. I'll read that to you in a bit. It's kind of moving. Okay, let's keep going. The surgeons. Uniforms, you'll always notice that the uniforms of the day fit smaller people than us, mainly because they didn't get fat. Okay, surgeon's toolkit, got your bone saw, that's the main part of your toolkit. How fast can you take a leg off? Okay, ouch. all sorts of probes, and other that makes me cringe. Okay, flag for United Cavalry, which is there. That's actually a small unit, it's only a weak company. Okay. Lots of nice places. We'll get to the McLean. This one right here, I'm not sure what building that was, but I think that might have been the town jail in there. Here, now this is a kind of a nice custom. You've got your covered walkway, which is good, and a balcony above that, and you've got a series of benches down there, so some sort of public. But you know what? That's going to be a comfortable thing to have in town. Kind of cool. You know, people don't live there now. And okay, that's my three amigos who we took the trip with. This one has passed away 3 years ago. McLean House. This is where the surrender took place. Lee came in here dressed in his finest uniform. Red sash, looked his best. Grant, who had just gotten word that all the time Grant has been chasing Lee from Appomattox, he's been sending through the lines under flag of truce. Dude, you gonna give it up? Are you finally gonna surrender? And Lee would put it off. So Grant, when he catches up, he's just fresh off a horse and riding cross country, dangerously so too, because the place, he got Confederate stragglers all over the place, and Grant's just been kind of blowing through the countryside. He's got a private's jacket on, spattered with blood, not blood, mud, and his basically he's splattered with mud all over. He hasn't bathed in a few days. He's coming in. Before he knew Lee was going to surrender, he had the excruciating headache. He had a flat out, one of those awful headaches that people sometimes get. And so he just really kind of suffered. When he heard that Lee was going to surrender, boom, it just went away instantaneously. Bam.
So he was just worried.
Yeah, well, I remember a friend of mine. We were hunting one time, and he was had such a screaming headache, he was sick. He was, puking up, and all of a sudden we saw a deer, and we bagged the darn thing, and his headache had gone completely away. We forgot about it. So you get an adrenaline rush, will cover that headache real quick. Okay, this is where it happened. This is exactly where Lee surrendered. The table they used, probably had to get it back from somebody because the whole house gets looted afterward. Everybody taking home, all the Union officers taking home some memento of the occasion. And poor McLean, they'll toss a couple bucks. Here's a few bucks for the table. I got the table. So it probably took a few decades to get that stuff back. Okay. So this showed the table we just showed there. This is where basically when the underlings would have been writing out the terms and everything. This is the bedroom up above. Now you got to admit, this is 1865, and that's pretty good living.
I'd say
today that looks fairly comfortable.
Yeah.
No, you don't have running water. Yes, you are squatting over a chamber pot, but that's no refrigeration, no electricity, but that's still pretty good living. You can live like that for a while.
It's very nice looking.
Oh, I've lived a couple months in a tent. Okay. So.
Well, tents are actually very nice because you can breathe fresh air.
Yeah. Well, you can there too. You open the windows. No air conditioning here. Nice, good beds. You can just kind of see how much room they really had. This is pretty nice house. Now I have to, and their heat though, it does come from the stove there. And we got a fireplace behind it, so we probably had a fireplace. And when they didn't, they probably moved the stove up here, and because it's more efficient than the fireplace. So this is the modern convenience that replaced the fireplace for cooking. So the house is older than 1860. We're downstairs. It's the back of the kitchen. They have it screened off, and that's where you bring in food. But remember, there's no refrigeration or anything. Now this is into some nearby cabin. This is pretty nice. If you go back here, this is what they mean. by a will-built log cabin. When you take a look at the corner there, you can see how everything fits together. Now, they're not just round logs and with a lot of mud chinked in the spaces. These are basically each log adds to where you have flat sides. So this is very well put together. There is some chinking. You can see a lot of the chinking there and plain stuff, but that provides a rather cozy setup there. Now this, however, is a slate cabin. This is a very nice slate cabin for the time. You know, you've got a barrel at the table, got some chairs, got some beds there. But you know, a whole family has to live here.
Were most slave cabins like jail cells?
No. There's two families lived in this one. It's got one fireplace. There'll be a fireplace on each side of the fireplace. But one chimney will be a fireplace on each side of it. But two families live there, so they're living factory type. They do have go up here and on one side, go up here and you have a loft up here. Okay. Let's see. This is we're in Lexington, Virginia. I'm looking at various high officials' graves and people whose names I recognize from my reading. It's kind of cool. John Letcher, who was governor of Virginia. That one right there, that's the Stonewall Jackson was buried a couple of times. You know, after a while, this is where he ended up in the end. And one heck of a general, and he sucked on lemons a lot. So guess what we brought along to our visit to his gravesite? A lemon tossed. It's kind of a tradition.
Oh, cool.
There's probably been thousands of lemons tossed in there. He always sucked on lemons. Okay. Now this is where we're kind of congratulating each other on the trip. I always encourage you to take these, and I treasure these. You know, when somebody's no longer with you, you're very be happy you have these pictures with them. This is my friend Rick, who went on the trip with a little over a year ago. And of course, that's me, a little heavier than I am right now, and that's what that is. So. And we're taking a look at the other base. Okay, now, here's what I want to do. Let me just put this thing away. I'm very careful with it. This is not the only copy of stuff I have. It's just one of them, but I'm still very careful about this particular flash drive. Really cool. This thing's about 6 years old now, and it's still the best flash drive I ever had.
It's very tiny.
Huh?
It's very tiny.
Yeah, very tiny, very portable, and very reliable. That was what I really found. I found so many flash drives just die if you didn't have a chance.
Does it have fast transfer speed?
Oh yeah, huge. Transfer speed was like instantaneous, or close to it. Okay.
Just depend on the file.
Now, the Civil War. When we talk about new things in the Civil War, here's one for you. Anybody tell me what that is right now? What is it? It obviously is something.
Submarine.
It's a submarine. It is the first combat-capable submarine ever. However, combat-capable meant it was to plunge that into the side of the ship. Well, that became just a little too dangerous, so they did change it where he towed something. He would dive under a ship and then pull a floating, what they call a floating torpedo behind him. That worked, except it still took him down. Okay, so let's see, conservational sponsors. Okay.
How did they bring oxygen into the submarine?
They didn't. You had what you had. I'm not kidding, you had what you had. Okay.
Didn't they have the technology to make oxygen, Bill?
Not until the 1950s.
The technique they used in the 1950s, they had it then, but they didn't know. I don't think they knew they could use it.
This is the 18s. This is 1860.